The Book of Acts chapter 7. Stephen's defense. Now the high priest said, "Are these things so?" And Stephen said, "Listen to me, brothers and fathers. The God of glory appeared to our father Abraham when he was in Mesopotamia, before he lived in Haran. And he said to him, 'Go from your country and your relatives, and come to the land which I will show you.' Then he left the land of the Chaldeans and settled in Haran. And from there, after his father died, God had him move to this country in which you are now living, but he gave him no inheritance in it, not even a foot of ground, and yet he promised that he would give it to him as a possession, and to his descendants after him, even though he had no child. But God spoke to this effect, that his descendants would be strangers in a land that was not theirs, and they would enslave and mistreat them for 400 years, and whatever nation to which they are enslaved, I myself will judge, said God, and after that they will come out and serve me in this place. And he gave him the covenant of circumcision, and so Abraham fathered Isaac, and circumcised him on the 8th day, and Isaac fathered Jacob, and Jacob, the 12 patriarchs. The patriarchs became jealous of Joseph and sold him into Egypt. Yet God was with him, and rescued him from all his afflictions, and granted him favor and wisdom in the sight of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and he made him governor over Egypt and his entire household. Now famine came over all Egypt and Canaan, and great affliction with it, and our fathers could find no food. But when Jacob heard that there was grain in Egypt, he sent our fathers there the first time. And on the second visit, Joseph made himself known to his brothers, and Joseph's family was revealed to Pharaoh. Then Joseph sent word and invited his father Jacob, and all his relatives to come to him, 75 people in all. And Jacob went down to Egypt, and he and our fathers died there. And they were brought back from there to Shechem and laid in the tomb, which Abraham had purchased for a sum of money from the sons of Hamor in Shechem. But as the time of the promise, which God had assured to Abraham, was approaching, the people increased and multiplied in Egypt, until another king arose over Egypt who did not know Joseph. It was he who shrewdly took advantage of our nation, and mistreated our fathers in order that they would abandon their infants in the Nile, so that they would not survive. At this time Moses was born, and he was beautiful to God. He was nurtured for 3 months in his father's home, and after he had been put outside, Pharaoh's daughter took him away and nurtured him as her own son. Moses was educated in all the wisdom of the Egyptians, and he was proficient in speaking and action, but when he was approaching the age of 40, it entered his mind to visit his countrymen, the sons of Israel, and when he saw one of them being treated unjustly, he defended and took vengeance for the oppressed man by fatally striking the Egyptian. And he thought that his brothers understood that God was granting them deliverance through him, that they did not understand. And on the following day he appeared to them, as they were fighting each other, and he tried to reconcile them to peace, by saying, "Men, you are brothers, why are you injuring each other?" That the one who was injuring his neighbor pushed him away, saying, "Who made you a ruler and judge over us? You do not intend to kill me, as you killed the Egyptian yesterday, do you?" At this remark, Moses fled and became a stranger in the land of Midian, where he fathered 2 sons. After 40 years had passed, an angel appeared to him in the wilderness of Mount Sinai, in the flame of a burning thorn bush. When Moses saw it, he was astonished at the sight, and as he approached to look more closely, the voice of the Lord came, "I am the God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, and Isaac, and Jacob." Moses shook with fear and did not dare to look closely. But the Lord said to him, "Remove your sandals from your feet, for the place on which you are standing is holy ground. I have certainly seen the oppression of my people who are in Egypt, and have heard their groaning, and I have come down to rescue them. And now come, I will send you to Egypt." This Moses whom they disowned, saying, "Who made you a ruler and a judge?" is the one whom God sent to be both a ruler and a deliverer with the help of the angel, who appeared to him in the thorn bush. This man led them out, performing wonders and signs in the land of Egypt and in the Red Sea, and in the wilderness for 4 years. This is the Moses who said to the sons of Israel, God will raise up for you a prophet like me from your countrymen. This is the one who was in the assembly in the wilderness, together with the angel who spoke to him at length on Mount Sinai, and who was with our fathers. And he received living words to pass on to you. Our fathers were unwilling to be obedient to him. On the contrary, they rejected him, and turned back to Egypt in their hearts, saying to Aaron, Make us a god who will go before us. For this Moses who led us out of the land of Egypt, we do not know what happened to him. At that time they made a calf and brought a sacrifice to the idol, and were rejoicing in the works of their hands. But God turned away, and gave them over to serve the heavenly lights. As it is written in the book of the prophets, You did not offer me victims and sacrifices for 40 years in the wilderness, did you, house of Israel? You also took along the tabernacle of Moloch, and the star of your god Rampha, the images which you made to worship. I also will deport you beyond Babylon.